I had to characterise what knowledge design is, it's about designing the thinking processes that enable organisations to create and use knowledge effectively. Designing thinking processes means that you're actually lifting the intelligence of the whole organisation and you're creating a much better quality of product. In a traditional organisation, what you find is that the structure, if you were to put it under a microscope, is an org chart. So everybody sort of knows what an org chart looks like. And in that sort of a structure, knowledge gets sort of sidelined into one line, somebody's reporting line. And it's sort of seen just as a specialist activity that somebody gets involved in. In the knowledge economy, though, we really need to rethink our whole basis for where knowledge sits in an organisation. So if you ever feel in your organisation that the information that you receive is not very useful or empowering, or that the conversations that you have around an important topic or decision are not very effective, that's because the thinking process hasn't been well designed and the documents that support that process are not very effective. I like to think as an organisation, not so much as a hierarchical structure, but as almost like a honeycomb cell of different communities of people who have to interact together to create knowledge, which eventually gets turned into products or services or solutions that they're offering to clients. If you're a manager somewhere in an organisation, one of the great frustrations that you have on a daily basis is that you keep receiving information, whether that be reports or plans or proposals or business cases, that are long, are tedious. You have almost a constant sense of guilt, ironically, that given all this information, you're trying to make sense of it, you're working hard, and yet we as human beings only have a certain amount of capacity to engage with that sort of information and to really process it. So the obvious and great benefit of knowledge design is that it reduces that heavy load of trying to make sense of all the information around you. If something is well designed, it actually also increases the quality of the material and the knowledge that you're receiving. When people feel like they don't have knowledge or information around what's happening in the organisation, they feel very disengaged. To have an effective organisation where people feel engaged, the key to that is really creating a sense of shared meaning. And knowledge design is a really important part of that process. So what is the information that people are receiving and how can we make it meaningful to them? But not just the information itself, what's the process that people are using in order to help people to come on the journey with them? And knowledge design can really help with that aspect as well.